Please do share this with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. You can like and follow us on Facebook as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel to get live event and notifications for all the updates regarding CAT and other MBA entrance examination. You can also look at our WhatsApp as well as Telegram lists. You can join over there and we will update you. We don't spam over there. If you want, you can enroll for our Quant and LRDI courses. These are the best and the most comprehensive courses available in the market. In this session, we'll be looking at some trickier question from quadrilaterals which came up in XAT, mostly XAT examination, but also in the past CAT examination. I would suggest have a look at the PDF with the questions and the answer key. Try to solve them on your own and then proceed with the rest of this session. I strongly suggest please also look at the past explainers on quadrilaterals, the first and the second part, so that you have basic idea of all the concepts that we'll be using to solve these questions. Please do share this with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. You can like and follow us on Facebook as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel to get live event and notifications for all the updates regarding CAT and other MBA entrance examination. You can also look at our WhatsApp as well as Telegram lists. You can join over there and we will update you. We don't spam over there. If you want, you can enroll for our Quant and LRDI courses. These are the best and the most comprehensive courses available in the market. So in this session, we'll be extending the knowledge from the past sessions on quadrilaterals and how to go about solving questions from quadrilaterals. These have come up in the past XAT and CAT papers, mostly from XAT, which tend to be slightly trickier than the CAT papers. Let's see. The first one is from XAT 2014. Again, the diagram I have made just to reduce the solving time, but it is not very difficult to visualize this figure as well. It says there are two squares, S1 and S2, with areas 8 and 9. Area is 8 and 9, so side will be 2 root 2 and 3. Square root 8 and square root 9, respectively. S1 is inscribed within S2 with one corner of S1 on each side of S2. So the larger square circumscribes the smaller square, right? So this entire length will be 3 units and this length will be 2 root 2, right? The corners of the smaller square divides the side of the larger square into two segments, one of length A, other of length B, okay? And B is more than A. So suppose this is B, this will be A. A possible value of B by A is how much? What is the value of B by A? Right, it is given that B is more than A. Obviously, B is more than 2, A is less than, more than 1.5, A is less than 1.5, right? So you need to find the range of B by A. Or if you can find the exact value, that is the case. Okay, let's use Pythagoras theorem here. If this is B, this will be 3 minus B. A plus B is equal to 3, right? Because of the symmetry, right? So if you use the Pythagoras theorem here, B square plus A square will be 2 root 2 square, which is 8, right? So you know B square plus 3 minus B whole square equals 8. If you rewrite this, you'll get B square plus 9 plus B square minus 6B equals 8. Again, rewriting this, 2B square minus 6B plus 1 equals 0. Now this is not going to give you rational roots, so we need to do some amount of work here. Let's find the value of B. So B will be equal to, using the discriminant relation, 6 plus minus square root of B square. So 36 minus 4 into 2 into 1. 4 into 2 is 8. Right, divided by 2 into 2, 4. So that will be 3 plus minus square root 28 by 4. If you rewrite this, take a 4 out, so root of 4 will be 2. This will be 7. This will be 2. This will be 1, 3 by 2. So it will be 3 by 2 plus or minus root 7 by 2. Okay, now since B is more than A, B has to be more than half of 3, which is 1.5, right? So, which means B will take the positive sign here. So 3 by 2 plus root 7 by 2. Now you need to approximate the value of root 7. Now 2.5 square will be 6.25, right? 2.7 square will be 27 square, that's 7.29. So roughly about 2.65 will be the value. 2.65 divided by 2 will be approximately 1.3 something. So this will be approximately 1.3. This will be approximately 1.5. So 1.5 plus 1.3 is about 2.8. That divided by A will be now 3 minus 2.8. 3 minus 2.8 will be 0.2. So it's approximately 14. Option D will be our correct choice. This will actually be higher than this, more than 1.3. It's more than 1.3 because if you take 2.6 square, 2.6 square will be only 6.8 something, right? 26 square will be it will be less than 700. So it will be more than 2.6. So this value will be more than 1.3, right? So this value will be more than 2.8. So we can be definitely sure it's more than 14. Now there is some amount of work to be done in terms of calculation, and you cannot use a calculator because it's a XAT examination. So it's a little painful in the calculation part. Actually not a difficult question. In an exam situation, about 2.5 to 3 minutes to solve, which for a XAT is almost par for a course. Question number 2 is from CAT 2017, slot 2. Right, perhaps CAT 2017 was actually pretty easy, and this is perhaps one of the trickiest question from that particular sort. Not very difficult. Let's see what this says. If 3 sides of a rectangular park have a total length of 400, the area of the park is maximum when the length of the longer side is how much? Okay, so if you take 3 sides, so let's call this x, y, and y. Now it is given to you that x plus 2y equals 400. You need to find the maximum of the area. Area is x into y. So x into y will be maximum. Well, 2xy is maximum, right? Why did I take 2xy as maximum? Because this is x and this is 2y. Again, we'll use arithmetic mean greater than equal to geometric mean. So x plus 2y by 2 will be greater than or equal to square root of x into 2y, right? So this will give you the maximum value of 2xy. If you get the maximum value of 2xy, you'll also get the maximum value of xy. When is this maximum? When both of them are equal to 400 by 2, which is 200. So the maximum value will be when x is equal to 200 and 2y is equal to 200 or y is equal to 100. That will give you the maximum value of this particular rectangle in terms of area. Right, what is the question? Find the length of the longer side. Longer side is 200. Theta question, job done. The third question is from XAT 2017, but it's actually a question where you can use the options as well as the properties of triangles and rectangles. Let's see what this says. ABCD is a rectangle. PQR are midpoints of BC, CD, DA. Okay, so let's make A, B, C, D. P is the midpoint of BC. Q is the midpoint of CD. And R is the midpoint of DA. Point S lies on QR. Okay. S lies on QR such that SR to QS is 1:3. So 1:3. Okay, find the ratio of APS. This is S. So APS to the full rectangle ABCD. Right. So once you draw this diagram, which will take you about a minute, rest of the question can be solved. If I take the full area of the rectangle as 128 because it's given in the option. Okay, let's chop off areas as such. Okay, so this is the pretty easiest one to do. Right, if I take the total as 128, why am I taking 128? Because all the values are 128. Right, so from this 128, right, CDRP will be half. midpoints, right? And PAB will be half of half. So half of 128. That will be 32. So this portion is 32. Now, if you take QDR, let me draw a line here, right? DCPR is half, which is 64. DQ, let's call it X. DQXR will be half of half, which will be 32. And DQR, because this is a diagonal to a smaller rectangle, will be half of half of half. So half of 32, that will be another 16. Similarly, QCP will be another 16. So this is also out, this is also out. So half of the rectangle is anyways out. So this is out, this is out, this is out. Right. So you're left with 64. Right. Now, let's see what else do we need to chop off. If you take this triangle, QPR, triangle QPR, what will be the area? Out of half of the rectangle, 2 half of halves are gone. Half of half or half are gone. So these two add up to 32. So from 64, 32 is gone. So balance portion is 32 again. So area of triangle QRP is 32. Now you need to take out QSP. If you take out QSP, right, how will you calculate QSP? Height is going to be the same. If you take this as the base, height is going to be the same. For QRP, base is QR, right? For QSP, base is QS, right? Height is going to be the same to P, right? So the ratio of areas should be ratio of sides, right? What is the ratio of sides? 3:4. So 3/4 is QSP. So 3/4 of 32 will be gone. So that's 8 3s are 24 gone. Right. So 64 minus 24, you're left with only 40. So option C is gone, option D is gone. You're left with either A or B. Now, to choose between A and B, we need to remove this portion out. Right. Now, by observation itself, we can say that even B is gone, A will be a correct choice. But just to prove that 36 will be the correct part, let's see what will be the area here. If you take the length of the rectangle as L, right, and the width as B, right, base of this triangle will be half B. So area will be half of half B into the height. We need to find the height, right? Now let's see how to find the height. Height will be this portion, right? This is L by 2, right? This portion is L by 2. Now by similar triangles, this portion is 3, this portion is 4, so this portion is 1. So height of the triangle will be 1 divided by 1 plus 3, or 1/4 of L by 2. So 1/8 of L by 2. 1/8 of L. Right. Now we know L into B equals 128, which is the area. So if I take 128 here, the rest of the portion will be half into half will be 1/4. 1/4 into 8 will be 1/32. 1/32 of 128 will be 4. So 40 minus 4, 36. Option A is your correct choice. Now, if you were to do it in a conventional way, where to find each part of it, it's going to take a huge amount of time. But here, it should not be very difficult to do. The fourth question is from ZAT 2016. It says ABCD is a quadrilateral where AD is equal to 9, BC is equal to 13, DAB is equal to BCD is equal to 90 degrees. So A, B, C, D. This is 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. AD is 9. BC is 13. Now it will take a little while to draw this diagram, but once you draw this diagram, question should be pretty straightforward. P and Q are 2 points on AB and CD respectively. AB and CD respectively. P is a point on AB, Q is on CD, right? Such that BP DQ to BP is equal to 1:2. So if this part is X, this part is 2X. Now we don't have any particular property of this quadrilateral, right? DQBP. So we'll have to divide into two triangles and try to find the areas. So if I draw this diagonal here, right, DQB, so area of triangle DQBP will be, area of quadrilateral PBDQ will be area of triangle PDB and area of triangle DQB. Combined areas, right? What will be the area of DQB? Base is X, height is 13. So it will be half into 13X. What will be area of PBD? Area of PBD will be base into height. So half of 2X into 9. Combined area will be this plus this. So that will be half of 13X plus 18X. So 31X. Right. What does the question say? How many values can DQ take? Which means how many values can X take, for which the maximum possible of value of this area is 150. X is an integer. Right. So half of 31X should be less than or equal to 150. Or X should be less than or equal to 300 divided by 31. X has to be an integer. Now I can put X is equal to 1. Right, that will be fine. I can put X is equal to 2, that will be fine. So on till 9. Can I put X is equal to 10? If I put X is equal to 10, it will not satisfy, because 300 by 31 is 9 point something. So from 1 to 9 it will satisfy. And the last question is from CAT 2018 slot 1. It says EFGH lie on sides AB, BC, CD, DA of a square ABCD. EFGH is also a square whose area is 62.5% of ABCD. CG is longer than EB. CG is longer than EB. Okay, so if this is A and this is C, okay, we need to fit D in such that, okay, CG is longer than EB. E is on A, right? So this will be B. This will be B and this will be D, right? So this will be G, E, F, G, H, right? So CG is longer than EB. Now by symmetry, DG will be same as EB. So if this is X, this will be Y. This will be X, this will be Y. This is X, this will be Y. This will be X, this will be Y. And we know X is more than Y. Right, you need to find the ratio of EB to CG. EB to CG. So Y by X is what you need to find. Y by X is what you need to find. So if you take the side of the smaller square as L, right, you know that X plus Y whole square divided by L square will be 100 by 62.5. Ratio of the areas is smaller area 62.5% of the larger area. So this will be 8 by 5. That will be the ratio. So what is L square? So X square plus Y square plus 2XY. L square will be X square plus Y square. This value should be equal to 8 by 5. Now subtract 1 from both sides. So you will get 2XY by X square plus Y square should be equal to 3 by 5. Cross multiply, you will get 10 by 3 should be equal to X square plus Y square divided by XY, which is X by Y plus Y by X. You need to find Y by X. Now substitute one of the values here. If you put you need denominator should be 3, right? So let's try 1 by 3. If you put 1 by 3 here, 1 by 3 plus 3 by 1 should be equal to 10 by 3. So option 2 will be our correct choice, right? It's pretty similar to the first question that we did, which was on side S1 is inscribed inside another one, right? But much easier to solve compared to that one. That completes this particular session. If you liked it, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examination. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow our Facebook page. The links for our course are available on the description to this video. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and all the best.